Welcome to the next video on VAP. In the previous videos, we have talked about sustainability principles, ecological footprint, how to calculate your ecological footprint, and so on. All those things are related with an important term that is called as sustainable development. Although the term sustainable development has become quite popular in these days, yet this term has been fiercely queried by professionals. In words of Jonathan Porritt, sustainable development is a notoriously slippery term that can mean practically nothing to people or practically everything. So, this term is quite a debatable term in present context, and it therefore becomes imperative to go through various definitions and approaches towards the sustainable development. So in this video, we are going to talk about all the definitions, how the term has evolved over the years, and what are the basic strategy to achieve the sustainable development. So let us start. The first question that arises in our mind is why study sustainable development? And we will be discussing in Indian context. First of all, so almost every sector of Indian economy today is considering the concept of sustainable development and sustainability, whether it is education, construction, energy, transportation, textile, and such others for all its future endeavors. So the term is quite in use in Indian industry. The same is being done world over by developed and developing economy in tune with the sustainable development goals. If you remember, we have discussed SDGs in brief in one of my previous video lecture. So these SDGs were adopted by United Nations General Assembly in September 2015 with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So this was the basic concept. Now coming on to the technical education, let us see what exactly we are doing. National Board of Accreditation, that is NBA, the accreditation agency for undergraduate engineering program, has also included environment and sustainability as one of its program outcomes, POs. So what exactly this PO is? PO 7 of engineering undergraduate program, that is environment and sustainability, students should understand the impact of the professional engineering solutions in societal and environmental context and demonstrate the knowledge of and the need of sustainable development. So one of the important PO for accreditation has been made by NBA. The engineering graduate should understand the impact and the context to demonstrate the knowledge and need of sustainable development. Now, what exactly do you think about the relationship between economic development and environment? So we should know that nothing exists in vacuum. Environment is the totality of what happens around us. So it is constituted by the animate and inanimate, natural, and artificial forces. So whatever happens around us is called as environment. So by reacting constantly to the environment, all creatures and all things affect the environment just as it affects them. So all creatures and all things are affecting the environment, while the environment is affecting all creatures and all the things. So we are going to see the relationship between economic development and the environment, and how we have evolved to the term sustainable development. It all started United Nations Convention in Stockholm in 1972. With the intention of guiding the people of the world regarding the conservation and enhancement of human resources, United Nations Conference was conducted on human environment in 1972 at Stockholm. Among many other valuable principles, it proclaimed the following three. What are these three principles? So principle 1 talk about in the environment, man has the vital right of freedom, equality, and adequate conditions of life, and it is his duty to protect and improve the environment for generations to utilize it in future. For this to happen, the policies which promotes apartheid, you must have heard this term earlier. In Hindi we call it Rang Bhed, that is white and black segregation. Basically this term was used in Africa during the colonial region. Racial segregation, discrimination, colonial and other forms of oppression, and foreign domination must be eliminated. So all those policies which promote these evils of human society must be eliminated. Apartheid, racial segregation, discrimination, and other form of oppressions and foreign dominations. Principle 2 talks about management or careful planning should be conducted for preservation of natural resources of the earth, that is air, water, land, flora, the vegetation, fauna, the animal thing, all the collection of animals in a particular area, and the representative samples of natural ecosystem for the benefits of the future generation. Principle 3, the capacity of the renewable resources produced from earth must be maintained and wherever realistic restored or improved. So basically these three principles were talked in 1972 UN Concern at Stockholm. The Millennium Goals. In 2000, there was the Millennium Summit of the United Nations at New York, which included the seventh goal or target, which stated that to ensure environmental sustainability. So, before SDGs, the Millennium Development Goals were adopted, MDGs, in 2000, and target was to achieve by 2015. So the seventh goal talked about to ensure environmental sustainability, and it was spelled out in terms of 4 separate targets. What are these separate targets? Number 1, integrate the principles of sustainable development into country policies and programs and reverse the loss of environmental resources. Second target, reduce biodiversity loss, achieving by 2010 a significant reduction in the rate of loss. Target 3, half by 2015 the proportion of the population without sustainable access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation. So Third target was targeting about safe drinking water and basic sanitation. Fourth, achieve by 2020 a significant improvement in the lives of at least 100 million slum dwellers. Means we are talking about 10 crores of slum dwellers people. Now coming on to the sustainable development definitions. The term sustainable development was first coined in 1980 by the International Union for Conservation of Nature 1980 when together with the United Nations Environment Programme and the Worldwide Fund for Nature, the IUCN, that is the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, collaborated with the UNESCO to publish a World Conservation Strategy. Brundtland Commission in its 1987 report, which was named as Our Common Future, defines the sustainable development as development that fulfills the present needs without compromising the needs of future generation. This definition was commented by many authors due to its limitation towards the touching the all aspects of human needs, that is social, economic and natural environment. So only human needs about the social and economic needs were considered, but natural environment was not mentioned in this definition. But if we go through the report, this need has also been covered. Later on, Dagendorf defined the sustainable development, and he defined that sustainable development comprises types of economic and social development which protect and enhance natural environment and social equity. So basically this definition conveys explicitly about three aspects, that is economic, ecological and social, with emphasis on ecological and social equity. In other words, what we can say that social and economic development is sustainable. So social and economic development is sustainable provided that it protects and enhances the environment and social equity. So this one has to keep in the mind that this definition covers all the three aspects. Later on, according to Bandele, sustainable development is the critical relationship between environment and development, as well as the choices we make collectively and individually about these things. And this is at the heart of what sustainable development is about. So basically, all these three definitions emphasize on two problems faced by human, that is global poverty, this is social and economic, and the global environment change, that is we are talking about ecological aspect. So to achieve sustainable development, any sector of economy need to focus on three aspects, that is economic growth, social inclusion and environmental protection. So what we can say with the help of this slide, that it is essential that for sustainable development in any sector of economy, whether education, energy, housing, transport and others, government and private planners and implementers need to focus on these three interconnected elements within their sector. So integrated actions taken in this direction will help in reducing poverty, inequality and climate change. So basically we are addressing all these three aspects, that is social, economic and environmental. Now what are the challenges to sustainable development? Let us see one by one. Population. The number one challenge is population. The rapid growth of population is a major challenge for sustainable development because it creates shortage of arable land for food production, housing, drinking water, education and other infrastructural facilities. Second one is poverty and inequality. These have a destructive effects on the ecosystem. They necessitate the growth of food production at the expense of nature and cause biodiversity loss. Next one is the shortage of drinking water. It is going to be the major problem faced by the citizen of world, and it is estimated that by 2025 every second person will suffer from water shortage. Next one is disease, malnutrition and lack of medical facilities. It is also an obstacle in sustainable development. In coming years, more attention and money should be directed to struggle against diseases. Next one is deforestation due to the development of agriculture and increase of urbanization. So again, this is a massive problem before sustainable development. In the coming years, the most important thing is the recovery and management of forests. Next is the rising consumption of energy and of petrol, causing greenhouse gases to be increased and ultimately impacting our environment. Now, what are the strategy for sustainable development? Basically, we are talking about in context of India. So let us see judicious use of natural resources like trees and minerals, remembering the needs of future generations. All possible attempts to replenish renewable resources, that is, for example, by planting trees, minimize pollution of air, water, land, etc. Using of environmental friendly sources of energy such as LPG and CNG, which are eco-friendly fuel, can reduce the greenhouse gases from the earth. Like Delhi Transport Corporation's initiative to CNG buses in Delhi is one of the such effort to reduce CO2 and other harmful gases. Next, ensure strict control and watch with respect to environmental hazards such as that has happened in Bhopal gas tragedy. Revive ethnic Indian system of irrigation and waterways. Implement integrated rural development program that can reduce the pressure on urban areas and the associated pollution. Focus on renewable sources of energy like the sun and the wind for energy needs. Tropical countries like India can easily convert sunlight into solar energy and electricity and so create an atmosphere for green development. Stimulate organic farming and recycling waste. Sikkim has become fully organic farming state. Sustainable development is a visionary approach towards the future. It will not be brought about by merely policies making. It requires the spreading of awareness of the need to conserve the natural assets for intergenerational equity. So we have to implement it in our day-to-day life. So in summary, what we can say that environment is the totality of animate and inanimate, natural and artificial forces that exist around an economy. Various international meetings have focused on the relationship of environment and economic development. Two landmarks are Brundtland Commission in 1987 and Millennium Summit of the United Nations at New York in 2000. Sustainable development means development that fulfill the present needs without compromising the needs of future generations. It can be measured with the help of ecological footprint. For more input on ecological footprint, you can watch previous video on ecological footprint, how to calculate it and what exactly ecological footprint means. Sustainable development has many challenges. For example, depletion of natural resources and pollution. Major efforts are required in order to restrain this exploitation. So what we have seen about sustainable development may be defined as a process in which an organization, group of organizations or individuals plan and implement their course of actions in all forms of work for economic, social and environment development. Development in any one of these, whether positive or negative, will usually have a knock-on effect on the other two elements. So we have to consider all these three elements at a proper balance. So for sustainable development, proper balance between social, economic and environment is essential. This we have to keep in the mind. As we have seen earlier also, the area where all these three coexist is called as sustainability, that is social, economic and environmental. So for sustainability or sustainable development, we have to make a proper balance. References for this lecture are these websites, these lectures. Thank you.